Hey everybody, and welcome in. I'm Mark McLean, and it's time for us to do some shaving. Shave of the day time, that is. And I keep looking up because I'm noticing the glare or the gleam, shall we say, the glow or the glistening that I'm getting off my cheeks. I got some rosy cheeks, doll. No, it's the pre-shave oil that I have on already. I've already taken the liberty of applying the pre-shave oil. The reason I'm doing that is because I really sort of like the smell. It smelled really nicely, and so I went ahead and got it on because it's brand new. It's something I just picked up. In fact, I got it while visiting Hot Springs, Arkansas. My uncle and my aunt live there, and relatives, cousins, and extended family. So my wife and I go and visit them, as you probably heard on the last shave video or one before that. I'm not really sure which one, but I did a shave of the day prior to going to see my relatives again. But while I was down there, downtown Hot Springs, they had this really cool shop, and they had various, I guess you'd call it, various shaving accoutrements, and I think they had a little bit of everything, but stuff that I was interested in mostly were the shaving products and a few knives that they have. But this wasn't the big knife shop. They are closed, or were closed at least, for an illness in the family. So I missed out on that. But this next time, baby, we're going to do some video footage, and I'm bringing it to you guys because I want you to see it. I want you to see it. It looks like a nice knife shop. It's called Mountain's Edge or something like that. I don't recall. Anyway, back to the point at hand. The pre-shave oil I'm using today is Suavecito. I'm messed up here on my angle of my camera. If you notice, I keep looking over here. I normally, when I do my videoing, I have my camera lens over on this side. But for some reason, I got it switched around. I don't know how I did that, but I did. I had to do that because my battery was low, and I've got some cords plugged in. I got a 10-foot cord, one of the wrapped material type cordages. Cordages. This is Suavecito, as I was saying, pre-shave oil. Yeah, I'll get it right here sooner or later. It's like a first time doing this, Let's see if it tells anything about it. I know it's from California, I believe. Yeah, Suavecito Incorporated, Santa Ana, California. It has mineral oil, essential oils, jojosa, not jojoba, jojosa, S.A. I never heard of that. Something, I guess, that I was just not paying attention to, or it's new, one or the other. Oil, let's see, tea tree oil. Can't even talk today. Tea tree oil. This camera thing is throwing me off. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Before I continue, we're going to stop, and we're going to just pause for the cause and switch things around, okay? Ta-da! That simple. Wow. That was quick, huh? Okay, now I should start over, but no, we're going to trudge forward and continue on, okay? Back to Suavecito. I wanted to try some of their, they make a bay rum. I saw it on eBay once, and then I lost it. I should have saved it. I'll have to go in and do a search for it, but they did sell it on eBay. It was Suavecito's brand bay rum, and I wanted to try that, but I never did get the opportunity. But back to what I was saying, tea tree oil on this, jojosa or yoyosa oil. Also, it has mineral oil, essential oils, various ones, vitamin E oil, aloe vera as well. But as I said, I liked the scent on this. And it was really, really awesome, and it still is. I'm going to be using a lot of that, I got the feeling. And then I'll have to get more. And speaking of good smelling pre-shave oils, I found another one. I went to the Walgreens in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and found this. This is the brand that you commonly see in Walmart, right? Okay, Cremo. They make the aftershave, the shave soap and a few other products. I tried the shave soap, and I couldn't get it to lather worth a darn. And some people say that's the type of soap that it is, and this, that, and the other thing. But it's just not my type, so I don't use it. But you use it if you want, whatever turns your crank. But this is Cremo Beard Oil. Ever seen this? I like the scent on this one. I was doing some comparison shopping with all the various beard oils that they had, and they did have several. I was really surprised. Pre-shave and beard oils, which to me, one does the same as the other, except beard oil, I think, in the way I perceive things, this is my opinion, beard oil is more or less designed to apply on your beard if you're, say, going out on a hot date and you want the beard to not smell like that fried cod fish sandwich you had for dinner this morning or last night, or the bacon and eggs that you cooked this morning for breakfast. You know, it's just like the hair on your head, if you think about it, folks. The hair on your head will actually pick up scents. Sure, your hair will smell. If you go outside, you'll come in smelling like a 2-year-old that's been in daycare or something. You know, that scent that first graders get in their hair and their head, I call it school head. Yeah, my kids used to get that too. Oh, it sucked. I hated that scent. Well, your beard will pick up various scents and odors. So what you do is you get some of this beard oil and you just fill it up and just sort of go woo-doo-doo-doo. You don't have to make that noise. And rub it in. Oh wow, I'm thinking that scent right there is probably right up there with that Suavecito brand that I just showed you guys. It really is very comparable in scent. This one has a blend of the highest quality natural oils such as argan oil, jojoba oils, selected for their conditioning and nourishing properties. Our formula is extremely lightweight. That's what they say. Like it's a news story. So it doesn't feel greasy on your face. Try this product today. It's Cremo for the Cremo in you. Be the Cremo of the crop. Made that part up. You get it? The Cremo of the crop. Hi-yo. Oh, well. We can't all make good comedy, can we? No. Well, anyway, the purpose of this is to soften the hair and to get rid of the scents. And that softening of the beard or hair does exactly what I want it to when I use a pre-shave oil. I want it to soften up the beard, the whiskers. I want it to soften them, and I usually apply it here. I don't usually apply it in the other places, but I've already gone through and trimmed out and thinned out my beard. Trimmed it up. And this is gray right there. I didn't screw up on the cut. It's lined up, but it's just gray. I don't know why. And over here, it's a crop of gray right there too. But anyway, as I was saying, so it makes the whiskers stand at attention, so to speak, or alert. They stand out a little more than normally. And that way, they're more easily sheared off when the razor blade comes along. Okay? Now, as I was saying, I started trying on all the different oils that they had available there at the Walgreens in Hot Springs, just down the road from, actually off Airport Road, which is just down the road from Rock Creek Road, where my aunt and uncle live. And anyway, I started trying on the various styles and scents. I wasn't trying them on per se. I would put a drop here on my hand and smell it to see what it smelled like and rub it in to see the consistency and texture. And this was the first one I tried because I thought I will not be choosing any of that Walmart crap. That's how I perceived it right off the bat. Stereotyped the Cremo. I'm sorry. Because after I had gone through all the others, and they may have had better properties as far as moisturizing or reconditioning your skin or your beard or whiskers, as far as that's concerned, it may have had any of the others. They could have had, but that wasn't what I was looking for. It could have had a lot of various attributes that this one did not have. I was looking for scent properties alone. I wanted something that smelled good. And the reason is because I plan, and I do, use beard oil as its intended purpose. I do, like if I'm going somewhere, I will come in and get a few drops and just rub my hands together and just apply it to the beard, just to sort of slick down the wild hairs, as I call them, the ones that are sticking out and protruding. I don't have any right now because I've gone through already and trimmed them up. And that's what I use it for. But when I'm shaving, I use it as a pre-shave oil. So it's got double duty, right? Okay. Now, before we go any farther, I want to show you my EDC for today. The everyday carry is a Paramilitary 2 by Spyderco. The Spyderco Flick, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? That's how you do it. It's got to go all the way out, though. My fingers are greasy. I don't know why. There you go. Yeah. Anyway, this is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I love this knife. It's got S35 VN steel. CPM, Crucible Particles Metallurgy. That's what that stands for. It's a higher grade of steel and than what most put out. But I'll be honest, I've owned, this is number 6, believe it or not, the 6th PM2 from Spyderco. Why did I own so many? I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again at the risk of becoming boring. I did so because every time I would trade, I always do a post on the various social media accounts that I have, which would be not only YouTube, of course, but it also includes, and not limited to, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Flickr. And when I do a post from Instagram, I usually go there first because you can share from that point to Facebook and to Tumblr. And I'm not sure about Twitter. You used to could post to Twitter and Flickr as well, but I'm not positive anymore. So, back to what I was saying. That knife was so popular at the time when it just first came out, and still a long time after that. So I started sharing the post each time I would get one, and I should have kept my mouth shut. I was just wanting my buddies that are in the knife community to see. And I got so many offers because, like I said, the popularity of the Spyderco PM2 Paramilitary 2 was so big early on at the onset, and still today it's a very popular knife, and it's easy to see why if you've ever carried this. Very functional, lightweight, perfect for the pocket, everyday carry knife. Great tactical blade, really nice. And once you get it sharp, it usually stays fairly sharp unless you intend on cutting some major items. So anyway, I wanted to show you that one, but that was the reason I couldn't keep one, because every time I would talk about it, I would have a buddy that said, hey, I'll give you this, which is a fair trade, but I'll throw in this item, this knife, which is upping the ante, so to speak, right? And I couldn't turn down several of the different trades. I think one time in particular there was something I was wanting, and I traded one with my own initiative. But anyway, to make a long story short, I went through 5 of them, and finally I said, this one is mine. I'm not going to trade this one. So as soon as it came in, I announced right off the bat, don't even ask, guys. Okay, I'm carrying this Big Daddy today too, just because I want to have some fun. Whoa! This is a 15-inch AGA Campolin. Yeah, it is, from Italy. The Campolin family have been making by hand these autos or switchblades for many moons, many years. And I've always wanted one of the big ones, and I finally got one. So you talk about a punch. Well, gotta make sure I can get it, fit it in the screen, have it properly oriented. Okay, I'm gonna lock that and set it over to the side here, okay? All right, This is the brand of the trimmer that I use to thin my beard and to trim up. Yeah, Peanut. That's a nice, sweet little trimmer right there by Wall. It's a professional grade trimmer for stylists and people who work in salons. It's really great, and I was very fortunate to find it. And a friend of mine who works at a salon helped me to get it by allowing me to use her beauty card. You need to use a beauty card. I heard you guys. Okay, the shave soap today. Soap of the Gods by Van Ulay and Spiced Mahogany, one of my favorite scents of all time. Oh, I forgot I put some hot water in here. I shouldn't have done that because it's a soft, creamy soap anyway. I didn't really need to do that, to bloom or the soap, but I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of it and put that beautiful scent in the water, the bloom water, on my face and enjoy some of that. It smells so nicely, it really does. And of course, anything made by Van Ulay, Soap of the Gods, Monica Gillum makes it. It's great. I can guarantee you that much. This is what the top looks like, the lid. Check that out. Van Ulay, Soap of the Gods, Spiced Mahogany. Several other companies make their own version of Spiced Mahogany, but I'll be honest, that one there has been my favorite. My brush today is from Dennis Coluccio, custom made, yeah, with ebony wood and silver tip badger. Gonna go ahead and heat up those bristles and wring them out just a bit. Don't want to get them out completely. Yeah, I had a little hair, beard hair. All right, going to load up the brush, and I won't do all the shaving on camera because I've already wasted 13 minutes and 37 seconds here, so I apologize. Oh, you don't know what that is? That's a line from a show called Deadwood. Remember Deadwood when it came out with Doc Holliday and Calamity Jane? Oh, she was so hilarious. Calamity Jane finds this guy lying near a creek, about half dead. He's laying there, and she comes up to him and she says, "Mister, you want some water?" He said, "I apologize." He's laying there about to die. She ignores him the first time, and then she says, "Well, I think I'll go over here and get you some water then." Calamity Jane, a woman, sounds like a man, walks like a man, talks like a man. Anyway, when she says, "I will go over here and get you some water again," the guy says, "I apologize. Mister, if you don't shut the hell up," blah, 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 blah. I can't even say the words that, in case there are kids listening. Oh man, it is hilarious. It's on YouTube if you'd like to check it out. Punch in on the search engine Doc Holliday or Deadwood, Calamity Jane, or the best of Calamity Jane. Or you can just put Deadwood Calamity Jane, I apologize, and it will come up. And you will crack up if you haven't seen the show back when it came on in a series. It was wonderful. I love that series. In fact, it's still on, I believe it's on my Hulu account. I really don't think it's on my Netflix account, but I got into it recently and started up again. I started watching it again, so I've been a little covered up, so I haven't had the chance or opportunity to complete it. And there are several shows in the series, so it'll take a while to watch the entire show. But if you go on YouTube, you can definitely see what I'm talking about, and the guy and his "I apologize." It's hilarious. Oh, that soap is just magnificent. It's so creamy and soft, and the scent, it just permeates your nostrils. I mean, just rolls right on up there, and you're just letting it waft up into your face from your neck and your cheeks, and it's just wonderful. It really is. It's a great soap. It has like a brown, slightly brown tint to it. I'll tell you about that, because it's not just this particular soap, but I mentioned earlier several other people have their own line or version of spiced mahogany, and they do, but some of the others I've noticed are really dark brown. Some of the soap that comes out is dark brown. But that's a nice, perfect lather for me. That's how I like it. Of course, sometimes I get it a little thicker and whip up a big bubbly lather, and I may do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to pause because I'm getting ready to do the shave of the day, and I don't want to bore you guys. So the razor I'm using today is this, the Blades Astra. And of course, this is the Gillette Slim Adjustable with the setting turned on number 3 for me today. And inside lies the Astra. So we'll do the magic of technology. Here we go. Oh, hi. Just checking back in, huh? Okay, that's cool. I was just thinking, what I'm going to do is throw in just an excerpt of Calamity Jane at the end of the video, just so you guys can watch it, okay? Just had to tell you that. It's worth it, okay? But it may not be appropriate for the kids to watch, because expletives will not be deleted, okay? Oh, time for pass number 2, okay? Yeah, going down to my second pass. The first one was downward pass. This one will be right the opposite, an upward pass, and I'll go back with an across the grain cut as well. So stick with me, okay? Okay, I'm finished. I just have to wipe off the shave cream, and look, there's just, that was what was left inside the right inside the brush. I mean, that's a lot, and it's very, very, very thick. I love the scent, like I said earlier. Can't beat that scent. I'm going to use cold water because of the fact that that is not the best of blades. As far as I'm concerned, it's not my favorite either. And I did trim earlier, like I said, with the little peanut, and I had a thick growth going, so I had to go in and trim all that. What I ended up with is some beard, what do they call it? Some raw spot. They call it razor burn, but it wasn't from a razor like you'd think. It was from like my razor trimmer, beard trimmer, thinner outerer. So that will help cool it off just a bit. Feels so good. Feels nice, it really does. Man, that was a great shave. Oh, and why am I doing all this? Why am I prepping and trimming and cleaning up and getting ready to go? Because for the 25th year, getting ready to get underway with Paducah, Kentucky's annual barbecue on the river. It kicks off at 11 o'clock this morning. This is Friday morning. It is now 9:45 in the a.m. And this will go on through tonight at 11 o'clock. They're celebrating 23 years. I think I said 25. I apologize. It's 23 years of barbecuing bliss. That's what they say. It's going on, it actually started officially yesterday. It always starts on a Thursday and then goes through Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday they're all picking up their stuff. But these people come from all over, and I mean literally all over. We're talking about barbecuing champs all across the nation that show up for this thing. It's going on, like I said, today and then tomorrow, September 30th. And how about this? This is just an idea of what's going on today. They've got the main stage opening at 11 o'clock. Barbecue and all the fixings available from numerous companies. You can go by and sample just a little bit of barbecue from just about every state in the nation. I'm not joking, it's amazing. They've got live entertainment on the main stage. I've actually played on the main stage. My daughter has actually played my drum kit on the main stage. Her first and last gig in front of about 1,000 people. And I was very proud of her. Mallory Dawn is her name, and she did a bang up job. They've got a beer garden. That's something that's really cool. And when I say a beer garden, I'm talking about beers growing out of plants. No, I'm joking. It's what it is. It's an area where you can go and sit down with your buddy and drink some beer. They don't like you to walk around with it because it's so many people, and chances are you're going to spill it on somebody, especially if you've been drinking. You get a little tipsy and you spill your beer on some little kid's head, and mom and daddy get pissy. I'll be honest. It didn't happen to me at all. I don't know that. I'm not saying I know this from experience, mind you, okay? That's what I've heard, at least. Okay, main stage includes, get this, starting at 5 today, the Savage Radley. Delta inspired, we're talking about the Mississippi Delta, inspired rock and roll. And Miranda Louise, legendary sweetheart of the blues, Lou Giton in 61 South. He is a local guy who used to work on our local TV station, WPSD TV6, and he's a very good, talented musician. That group that he plays with, 61 South, a lot of very talented guys too. So check them out for some Mississippi Electric Blues. The Cruisers will top it up at 9:30 tonight with a mixture of modern pop, classic rock and roll, and some blues, of course. And that's all going on today, Friday. So I hope I can get this posted in time for, I'm sure I can before 11 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow they got the main stage with all kinds of different groups. We're talking about rhythm and blues and country, classic rock, you name it. They'll have something that somebody will definitely love. They've got funk. I'm sort of into electric funk nowadays. Have you heard of estereotypo or estereotipo? That's, I think, how they pronounce it. They're doing an old Beatles song, Love Me Do. Have you heard that? Have you seen that video? It's pretty wild. Yeah, sort of a technical or techno funk. Check it out. Check it out. It's on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find it there. They've got Adam and the H-Bombs playing, Brass Monkey, modern rock and contemporary pop. All kinds of just different music from all over that are going to be there. The beer garden, again, is still going to be going on tomorrow. And it's all happening at the foot of Broadway in Paducah, Kentucky, down by the river. You know, I knew one day I would be eating barbecue in a van down by the river. That, you say, what in the hell's he talking about? Oh man, I guess I'm old, but that's an old Chris Farley bit that he used to do on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, check him out. Do a YouTube search on Chris Farley in a van down by the river, and you'll see it all. Okay, I am going to wrap it up. I didn't bring any pre-shave or post-shave oil, excuse me. I just, honestly, I didn't bring any out. No post-shave balm. But I'll probably slap something on. I think I'm going to get the alum block and just go over the face. There aren't any really, nicks or cuts, but I mean, there's a few razor burn spots I'm talking about because of that little razor, that electric part I used. So I'll do that, and then it's time for some aftershave cologne. I haven't decided. I think I'm going with some light blue by Dolce & Gabbana. If I don't use that light blue, then I'll be using Dolce & Gabbana's Intenso. That's one of my other favorites that I like. Intenso. It's one of their newer scents that they've got out. It's in a Very similar bottle to the light blue, in case you haven't seen it, but it's brown in color, okay? And that's going to wrap it up for me, and I am really thankful for you guys watching. If you watched this much, thanks for watching. I haven't had a long, lengthy shave of the day in a while, so I guess it was about time. Heading out to a van down by the river, and the barbecue on the river going on all weekend, this weekend, bringing in the 1st of October and celebrating the 1st of fall recently. Thanks once again for being here. As I said, get out there and have some fun in life. It's a very short life we live. If you don't enjoy it, nobody's to blame but yourself. It's your own fault, okay? Spread some love around while you're at it. Peace, everybody. Okay, everybody, I promised Calamity Jane from Deadwood, the series. Okay, I'll try to keep from cracking up. And here we go. I hope you think this is as crazy as I do, but there's a lot more, but for brevity's sake, I shortened it a bit here, okay? Here we go. Let's roll it.
Thought the best of you. Sweet to me.
I apologize.
Maybe you'd rather have some more. I'll go get some from the creek. But if you don't stop apologizing, I'm not gonna give you a goddamn drop. All right, mister? I'm coming back with some more.
I apologize.
Shut the fuck up!